Wildfire burning on the Navajo Nation continues to grow. The Oakidge Fire has now burned more than 6,200 acres, and several residents have been evacuated. Containment is still at 0%, and the cause is still under investigation. You're seeing video of a slurry drop yesterday afternoon. That fire broke out on Saturday near Window Rock, close to our border with Arizona. And here's a look at the details on the Watch Duty app. There is a public meeting scheduled on this tonight at 6 p.m. It's at the Fighting Scouts Field House. Again, evacuation orders are in place for this. So if you live in Hunters Point or Oak Springs west of mile marker 12 on Navajo Route 12, you need to leave now if you haven't already. St. Michael's residents along Road 603, 604, and 605, as well as the Navajo Telecommunications Road, are also under a go order. Oak Springs residents north of the gas station are under a set order, meaning they need to have a bag packed and should consider evacuating. The evacuation center is set up at the Window Rock Fighting Scouts Event Center on Navajo Route 12. If you have large animals, they can be taken to the Dean C. Jackson Memorial Arena in St. Michael's, Arizona. And now on the trout fire burning near Silver City, that one is 83% contained now. It has burned more than 47,000 acres. The team will continue repair operations, which includes getting rid of debris. And there's still heat in the southwest corners of the fire, but it's in a remote roadless area. So firefighters are using aerial resources to make sure the fire stays within containment lines. So now we have Amanda here with the details on the forecast. Is the weather going to help them?
I think so. At least hopefully today they should get a little bit of relief. Okay. But I think the best chance comes as we get into tomorrow. But let's go ahead and get you guys a look at what's going on right now. We do have that flood watch already in effect starting right now until we get to the midnight hour. That does include portions of east of Albuquerque here and even the far eastern portions of Bernalillo County. And that even stretches down to Ruidoso, Alamogordo, and even into Eddy and Lee County as well. And that's because we could see some pretty hefty thunderstorms as we go through those afternoon to evening hours like we've seen in the last couple of days. Notice though on radar, as we've gotten past those early morning hours, we've seen a lot of things clear up, but what we had yesterday has brought in some pretty gusty winds in those early morning hours, and that's due to an outflow boundary from some of those storms yesterday. So it really pushed a lot of that moisture into our atmosphere here. So notice we are a little bit more on the muggier side today. 50 degrees for our dew points here in Albuquerque, but take a look to our friends down to the south and west. They're also seeing some pretty hefty moisture in the air. But as we go through the next few hours, we could start to see some thunderstorms popping up on radar. Who are going to be the lucky ones to get some of that sky water? Well, all those answers are coming up here in just a bit.
The man accused of starting the Cotton 1 fire in Los Lunas more than a week ago is set to be in court tomorrow. Jacob Laher is facing 1 count of arson and 1 count of damage to property. The judge imposed a $50,000 cash or surety bond, so he'll stay locked up. But that's because of a previous probation violation unrelated to the arson case. Cotton 1 destroyed 11 homes and buildings and damaged 4 other structures. Another 36 structures were impacted by smoke and the flame retardant. If you want to help out those victims in Los Lunas, United Way and the Albuquerque Community Foundation are raising money for relief efforts. You can donate to their Emergency Action Fund online. We have that posted for you at KOB.com under 4 links. The man accused of setting a fire in the Bosque in Albuquerque is out of jail, and that's because a grand jury did not indict Sean Taylor last week, saying they didn't find probable cause. But this comes after a judge had ruled that he should stay in jail until his trial. Albuquerque police had arrested him earlier this month. They said they used the real-time crime center and drones to catch him. APD also said it was one of their lieutenants who spotted someone setting the Bosque on fire that day. We reached out to APD to see if they're looking for someone else in this case, but they said they're not commenting at this time.